Hi, boys and girls. We're going to do math from the yellow folder, and we're going to continue on with the same packet, the Go Math, Go Math Packet Chapter 5. I think we can finish our addition this week. That's great, and then we'll start something new next week. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get that whole packet out, and I ended up with the black page. Remember, you don't have to do those black ones because they're just a review of the colored ones. I'm going to throw that away. I think before we start, the very first page, they want you to make 9. Well, actually, they're going to tell you how to make it. But before we even do that, I want you just to get out your cubes, okay? And I want you to make 9 however you want it, okay? This was from yesterday, so I believe there's still 8 in here. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, I had 8 blue. I think I'll try a green on top. Okay, so if I had 8 yesterday and we added 1 more, this is what we're working on today. We're working on 9. This isn't the only way to make 9, right? So I'm going to hang on to this one. I might make it with, let's do yellow and orange. That'll be pretty. So if I start with 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and then if I add an orange. Now, please don't go back orange, yellow, orange, yellow. We're not doing patterns, okay? We're doing addition, and we want to keep our colors together. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 orange, plus 1 more is 5. So I better keep going. Another one would be 6. Another one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Better keep going. We want to get to 9. Another one would make it 4 plus 4 is 8. That's like doing this, 4 plus 4. So I think we need another one, right? And then stop and count. Make sure you have 9 in your tower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lots of other ways to make 9, isn't there? This isn't the only way. These are not the only 2 ways. Okay, just to go ahead, I'm going to take an orange off and put another yellow one at the bottom. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow and 1, 2, 3, 4 orange. Or we could take another orange one off and put another yellow one on. Okay, now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 1, 2, 3, 6 plus 9. Okay, so there's lots of different ways to make 9. Let's go ahead and start working in the packet. I'll put these off to the side. So this one here, so boys and girls, you're not supposed to just do any one. You're supposed to do this one. What I've noticed the last few days is some kids either aren't watching the videos or they're just making this however they want, but it has to match what the numbers are here. So it says, the directions say, use 2 colors of cubes to make a cube train to match the addition sentence. Okay, so not just any one. I think on the next 2 pages we can do whatever we want, but on this page we have to write 9 equals 8 plus 1. So let's just use the one that I did, okay? And I'm going to put it like this. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blues plus 1 green. Now, if I turn it around, that's still 9, but it doesn't match, right? Because this doesn't say 1 plus 8. It says 8 plus 1. So I have to turn it around like that. And when I go to color it, sorry guys, I left the crayons over here. I'm going to get my crayon basket and let me get a blue and a green. Remember, you don't have to use the same colors that I'm using, right? Colors are not important, but the work is important, right? So I'm going to go ahead and color this to match the cube train that I made, which is 8 blues plus 1 green equals 9. Now, you guys, we've only been using this math for, I think this is the 3rd year that we've done the Go Math. And before that, we didn't do all this work with addition. No, we just only maybe did a few addition just to do the concept. You guys are really learning it good. So when you guys go to 1st grade, you're going to be ready to memorize these math facts. We don't worry in kindergarten about memorizing them. Even though I think some kids do memorize them, we're worried about the concept. We're trying to teach the concept. All the different ways to make 9. And there's so many different things you can do. You can use the cubes. We could use our fingers, right? Okay. I start with 8 and I add 1 more. 8 and 1 is 9. I could use my counters, my red and yellow counters. All right, I'm going to tear this out. Now, for the next 2 pages, boys and girls, you want to come up with all the different ways to make 9, okay? Now, this one here is 1 plus 8. So look, this is another way. We could just flip it around, okay? On the front, we had 8 plus 1. If we turn it around, we could say 1 green plus 8 blues equals 9. And then what I think I'm gonna do is, just so I don't get confused, okay? Because you could switch it up and do like this one, but you might forget along the way which ones you've done and which ones you haven't. I don't want you to repeat yourself. I want you to come up with different ways to make 9. So I'm gonna keep this one, then I'm gonna take a blue off and replace it with another green one. So now what I have is 2 greens plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blues, okay? Now I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna take another blue one off and replace it with a green. The reason I have to replace it is because I wanna keep making 9. Okay, we're making 9 a whole bunch of different ways. So this is another way to make 9. I could have 1, 2, 3 greens, and I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now remember, because the other day when I checked people's papers, some of you, your numbers didn't add up to this one. The 2 numbers have to add up to this one. So whether you're using your cubes or your fingers or your counters, 6 plus 3 is 9. Let's check it on my fingers. I'm going to start with 6, and I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 more. Is that 9? Yeah. So you can double check those. Okay, let's take another blue one off and replace it with a green. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 greens plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blues. Okay, now when you color this, I don't care which way you color it, as long as it equals 9, okay? I could color 2 plus 7, I could color 4 plus 5. I think I'm gonna do 4 plus 5. All right, so I'm gonna go 4 greens plus 5 blues. All right, so I want whatever way you decide to color it, it should match one of your number pairs. 4 greens plus 5 blues. And it doesn't have to be just like mine. Maybe you decided to use orange and yellow or red and green. I kind of like it when I see you did it different than mine, because then I know you're not just copying mine, you're thinking for yourself too, right? But it's okay if you want to do it just like me. All right, so we got this page done. Okay, let's keep going. We have a whole nother page 3. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna take another blue one off and replace it with a green. Here's another way to make 9. This time I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 greens plus 4 blues. Let's keep going. We're on a roll, aren't we? Let's take another blue one off and replace it with a green. Now the greens are getting bigger, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 greens and 1, 2, 3 blues. I'm going to take another blue off and replace it with a green. Add a green. Okay, now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 greens and only 2 blues. Okay, and I can take another blue one off and add another green, and now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 greens and only 1 blue. And then I'm going to color this one up here. I'm going to choose one of these, and I'll do that later, okay? So I might color 6 greens and 3 blues, or 5 greens and 4 blues, or 7 green and 2 blue, or 8 green and 1 blue. Doesn't matter which one you color up there. Okay, now let's do the back. Now the back is always a story problem, so make sure you either listen to me read it or have Mom and Dad read it to you. Shelby has 9 friends. None of them are boys. How many are girls? Okay, I know sometimes those are tricky, but Shelby, and it doesn't matter whose name you use. You can use your own name. Mrs. Jenkins has 9 friends, and none of them are boys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make my 9 friends, and I'm not going to draw them because it would take too long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, these are my friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now maybe later on I can make faces on them. It says none of them are boys. Well, if none of them are boys, then they must all be girls, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a G right there. G, G, G. No, I'm not. I'm going to draw them. I'm going to draw the faces later. Okay. So write an addition sentence to show the number pair. They're all girls. 9 of them are girls and 0 are boys. And it wouldn't matter. I could have put the boys first. If none of them were boys, you could have put 0 first. Then all 9 must be girls. Okay, down here it says, draw to show what you know about a different number pair for 9. Complete the addition sentence. So let's think of a different number pair for 9. Maybe I'll go back to this one right here. And let's see. I'm trying to think of what an easy thing to draw would be. I think I'm going to do happy faces. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellows. And I will color these all in yellow just like my number pair here. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 orange. Now you do not have to do what I did. If you want to draw flowers or cats or dogs or anything you want, but you have to make sure that whatever your number pair is, it adds up to 9. Okay, so I did 6 happy faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 3, 1, 2, 3, equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 equals 6 and 3. Okay, and that is it until tomorrow. Good job.